Thanks you guys for joining me. If you can hit the like button on this video, it really helps the channel. Also, and those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I'm Andrea Cox, thedetoxintuitive.com. I'm an intuitive healer and detox specialist trade. I have a second YouTube channel here on YouTube called Andrea Cox TV. Check it out. It's a bigger channel. Those of you who don't know, a lot of YouTubers are dealing with a hacking situation right now, myself included, where our subscribers are being taken. I just watched a few videos on it. It's quite a grilling experience. If you are another YouTuber watching and you think this is happening to you, you need to change your password on every single login for your YouTube account, and that will stop the process. Also, make sure it's one of those passwords where you get it off a long list of something that's completely encrypted, where there's it's literally this long. So that should be able to help you. Also, I have an opening for a reading on Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Pacific. So that's tomorrow. And Monday evening, 8 p.m. Pacific. So if those, actually, no, Monday I don't. So if tomorrow, if that should work for you, do let me know. So a quick message for all of you. The reason this reading is going to be so quick and the reason I have not done the rest of the readings for July yet is I am having a lot of healing work done on myself. It's extremely taxing. It's energetically. It's really taking a lot to get through. Sorry, I went to the gym. To have to redo things that I did 15 years ago that really cleared me energetically. It's really taking a lot out of me to have to go through and do this again. And so energetically and financially and in every sense of the word, emotionally especially, to have to energetically clear yourself and start from scratch and do all the emotional and healing work you did years ago, because you haven't been the best you haven't made the best choices of who to energetically, just energetically allow, in your space. And that can be anyone, you guys. It can be someone you work with, it can be someone you slept with, it can be anyone. But that's what I'm dealing with right now. So if you can be patient with me, I would appreciate it. Also, I realized, and this is a note for you, that I had a little blockage energetically because I'm stellar with digestion. I'm into coffee enemas and all kinds of weird stuff. And I got blocked and I gained amount of weight in a very quick amount of time, 2 weeks, 12 pounds, which is a lot for someone who is paid to teach other people how to eat. That was a huge signal for me. And I knew what the block was. Now, what I'm about to explain is something that came to me in a dream and also in a random reading. It's been showing up with a lot of my clients too. This has nothing to do with me. So I want to repeat that. I am not in a union. This is by choice. This is not about me. This is random. And I feel the need to say that because a lot of times you guys will reach out to me and be like, do you want to blah, 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 or do you want to this, or do you want to that? And sorry, there's someone out there and I want to kind of get Lewis's attention so he doesn't see it. And this is not about this is a random situation. But some of you are dealing with a situation where you realize you might be in love with a person or falling in love with a person, or at least you know this person is meant to be in your soul group. And whoever this is, you've either known or watched this person over a period of time. So it's a span of time. Maybe you knew them, maybe you didn't, and you've seen them energetically affected by either another person, or in this case, it's actually a group of people. That may be what you don't know. And this would be a long span of time, like years. And what you don't know, and this is what kept coming to me in like parts in a dream, like 3 different dreams consecutively, is I'm trying to use an example. I have a friend named Paul. He's like a relationship, coach guy. Very nice guy. Very nice guy. He reminds me of Eckhart Tolle. Very kind soul, very loving. And when he was younger, he was in a car accident with his parents and one of his siblings. I forget if it was a brother or a sister, and his other sibling and him, and everyone in the accident got killed but him and a sibling. And he just recently went back to the country that happened in, and it was like all these emotions would come up and out, and he was releasing. And a lot of you are dealing with someone energetically that is dealing with someone that continues to kind of poke at them, right? And it's making them have to start their process over. And I don't think you're in awareness of this. Now, poking can come in different ways. The person you're dealing with has squared off their life in some capacity to not even want to go places because of this. Okay? They don't even want to it's like, and for whoever this is how you're going to know if this is your scenario. The situation they were dealing with was someone who was not being forthright with communication. They were not speaking directly. It's a bit of a narc because they were, and this is definitely a love situation, hands down. They were dealing with someone who was dealing with several other people. This is someone who can't be alone. Okay. Some it may be a woman, some it may be a man. I think on the hierarchy of things, I think we got more men that can't be alone than women. But anyway, they were dealing with a situation where a person there were a lot of hands in the pot, right? In the cauldron, in the whatever. And, a narcissist is not someone who, just looks in the mirror all day and wants a bunch of attention. A narcissist can be someone who gets a high off someone being kind of in a limbo state without having the ability to move forward and watching them try to figure it out, like what's going on. That too can be a narcissist. So in this relationship, okay, this is someone that either you've known for years or they've known, or something, or something like this. And the group of people or person for some of you, sorry, just are dealing with, and I'm trying to remember, I took notes and I don't have it with me in front of me. It's upstairs and I'm too energetically drained today to even walk up the stairs, to be honest with you. Um, I'm trying to figure out how to word it, but I'm going to tell you how I think this should be dealt with, and I'm going to do it in a private video. So you're dealing with someone that's getting like a reoccurrence of almost like a post-traumatic stress disorder, okay? Where, they were left to figure out something on their own while getting just shitty emails, shitty text messages, shitty stuff from someone that's holding a grudge towards them. Now, some of you might be dealing with that person. And if you are, I'm talking about another person, like the person that kind of got a kick over, kind of sitting back and, nice. Should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? Should I say something? Shouldn't I? Should I? For those of you who are dealing with that actual person that, sat back and watched this unfold and just, you'll know the person three ways. Number one, okay, stubborn. Very, 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 very stubborn. Very stubborn. Their way or the highway. Now, for some of you, they may try like way hard we won't even get into that. Another way you'll know is this person could have just gone through a divorce or gone through a separation of some kind. And, they're coming to you for attention or what have you. And you're like number 3 on the list. They're coming to you because the ones that have already dealt with them, they've even shown them the door. Okay. This is for some of you. Very small percentage, but for some of you. So it's like people are, even people that have been, this person could have just gotten out of like something they've been in for years, like decades. All right. And then they, trying to go back to another person. That person is, so fucked up over like just being in complete, blackout mode. And so then you're third on the list. Some of you are dealing with this. And I know because a lot of the readings I'm doing, they're dealing with particular signs, and they're all going through the same little cycle. Some of you are in love with a person that, and look, nobody was perfect in this scenario. No one at all, right? No one. Okay. I'm sure we all had our little, quirks about us. But for those of you who are dealing with this particular situation, and you're dealing with the person that seems to not want to budge, who seems to be almost scared. I mean, you're dealing with someone who may not even want to they don't want to face that situation. Okay. This could have been someone who really, 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 really wanted this relationship to work. Maybe in the first little time span that, it was over. And they've had several chances now to work it out with this person where this person would, and it's like, they're like, oh my God. To not have to be in something for years with someone, okay? And to not have forthright communication and leaving people to fill in the blanks and not speaking directly and honestly with them, and you've been with this person for years, it's a very traumatic, and asking, can you tell me what's going on, please? That's a very abusive thing. Here's another thing. You might be dealing with someone that has a lot of suitors, okay, male or female, but their self-esteem is shit. 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 Bottom of the barrel. Like down here. Like this, they've got this much self-esteem. And you look at them and you're like, okay, she's really? Yeah, really. So you might be dealing with someone that's going through a little bit of that, male or female too. Now, if it's a male, they'll be in their ego big time, like ego central. If it's the female, there's a lot of isolation going on. There's a lot of pushing people away. But I think this female may have for some of you, completely turned away from the past situation towards another situation. Or God may have ended everything with, everyone for God's sake, because, a little bit of traumatization going on there, a little bit of, low self-esteem. It takes years to build a self-esteem. When you're younger, especially none of us grew up in cookie cutter houses. So if you didn't grow up in a house where your self-esteem was reinforced, mine was by my mom. She at least she encouraged me to be very creative and outgoing. But if your self-esteem was not encouraged, or even if you had a good self-esteem and someone, someone may, some of you may have incurred a lot of verbal lashings from someone, and maybe it started to stick. And if you are this person that actually gets some kind of fill from watching this person that you were in a long-standing whatever with, fill in blanks and stuff like that, you need to really look up maybe, narcissistic abuse and things like that. So someone's learning, okay, about the situation they're in. They're also looking at the other situations this person has been in the past, and they're kind of seeing it, the pattern. And now they're seeing that they, in order to stop the pattern and not repeat it, because that can happen. Someone can go through a traumatic experience that can scar them, and they can repeat it to others. So a lot of you are going through like a realization of, okay, I got to fix this because I don't want to do this so you're scared to actually even open up to anyone else because you don't want to repeat the pattern. It's like kids who are abused, when they're little, and then they repeat it when they're old. It's the same thing. So if you are the person that inflicted this pain on a long-standing relationship, partner, what have you, you need to look at where this came from, in your childhood and how that affected your life, and see how it's affecting another person's life. Because I think for some of you, you tried to come back around to this situation a few times, and the person was like, you know, and it's not for, oh God, I can't even believe I almost said that saying. I never say that saying. I was about to say something. I would never say it. It's not for, to win over another person. It's actually because they are severely traumatized by a situation that maybe you put them through. And now they're starting to recognize in their self where maybe they're starting to, you know, some are isolating, not letting anyone near them. They have people that care about them. Others are taking on a very egocentric role. I think as the collective, most of us have come out of that. That's right. Whoever you are that just said that, that's why mental health is important. People overlook that emotional injuries don't only harm your mind, but your overall health. That's absolutely right. Let me just grab something real quick. Sorry, Lewis. That's absolutely right. And I want to say something about that. This isn't how do I even say this? This isn't a, let me just put someone down and put a group of let's just take all men and put them in a box and pull them down. This isn't about that. This is about helping people heal and allowing people to get back to who they were before you harmed them. Okay. And for whoever is in this group, you may have been dealing with this person's family, this person's ex, this person's old ex, their new ex, digging into your stuff, with what you're doing for just all of that. And that is a very, you just kind of wish you could clip a part of your life out, you know? So for some of you, you're dealing with that. And for some of you, you're in love with a person that is going through this and they keep trying to pull themselves out. And I think they think you feel sorry for them or something and they don't believe that you really have feelings for them, or I think that this person is just feeling so low that they don't feel like they have the strength to elevate out of this. So, I want to talk about one other thing. For a lot of you, uh, whoever this is that got joy in sitting back and watching you fill in the blanks or whatever in this love relationship, um, you were doing a lot of talking, and now you just kind of don't feel like talking anymore, do you? You don't feel like, because see, that elevates that person to a level of, ego importance that really they don't deserve, right? So for some of you, you're dealing with that. And I hope I explained it well. And again, I just want to say it again. I'm not in a relationship. Okay. Haven't been for a long time. And thank God. And, not that I don't want to be in one, but I'm pretty independent and always have been. And although I'm ready for a new phase, and I've had long relationships, 10 years, 5 years, I've had long relationships. I am not one who takes everyone with me and doesn't clip the corners off. When I end something, I end it. Very clear, very precise. Because I know, Lewis, we hear you, buddy. Lewis, that's kind of loud. Because, sorry, I like to know where I end and someone else begins, right? And I like to know in relationships that, I don't have to deal with the ex from 10 years ago, calling up, or the ex-wife, needing money, and the ex-girlfriend, and that doesn't fly with me. It just doesn't. It doesn't. If you have kids with someone and the kids are not 18, that's one thing that you gotta be in great communication and all of that. But if there's like, you know, this friend and you meet up with them when you travel, and this is someone they're not energetically clean. And you guys don't want that. Come on. I hope this video helps some of you. I also hope that it helped some of the people that are, how should I say this? The ones that got a real elevated ego and a high off of keeping a person that showed you loyalty for a span of years kind of in the dark about a situation. I hope that this, how should I say this in a gentle way? I hope this answers your question about, I don't know why they don't answer you when you call or text, or, or If you live far away, come into town, whatever. Some of you are on vacation right now. I don't know. Some of you listening to this are on vacation. This might be free. I hope that you understand this is why this person is almost afraid of you now. Okay? Some things can be pushed under the rug and some things can't. And what a group of you are recognizing is your own behavior patterns changed after you were in a certain dynamic, and it's not something you want to carry forward any longer. And for others of you who are dealing with the counterpart that kind of inflicted this and probably talks about the other partner like they're the antichrist and they were uno dos tres, third choice. Because I have a feeling two other people kind of got sick of right? There's one that'll always be there hanging out, but yeah. So some of you are dealing with this. And healing for all, prayers for all, clarity for all. And for those of you who have supported maybe the person that suffered from like a little bit of narcissistic abuse and then their ego got big and stuff in the process and all that stuff, to hide their big gaping wound in their heart, I'll just apologize for all of us because I know I was in that big ego space for a very long time and say, I'm sorry. I am. Wounded people wound others. Healed people heal others. And so also, if someone's been pushing you away for a long time and you're trying to come towards this person and they're a little scared, their self-esteem is a little bit shitty right now. They probably are completely in love with you. They are. They just really have to probably do some work. And some of you, left this person or you're leaving this person that just took too much time or what have you. This, on any end of the spectrum. So a lot of you are in a soul family of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, of like 8 people, right? You have someone that you're in love with. You have another person that you're falling out of love with because you're like shining a big bright light on the abstinence of truth. They have another person at a distance that they might be leaving or just left or just divorced or just who knows. Then they got another person, and then you're dealing with someone that you're completely like you know how that is. Wow, we got a hater on here, don't we? So I hope this helps. I might actually take this video down in about an hour, but I have a feeling that who needs to see it will see it. All right. Someone just said I'm married. I've never been married, but thank you. Wish. I wish. All right, you guys. Love you. See you later. Bye.